Girls of Reddit, what is it like to be horny from a girl's perspective? A heat flows down there, my clit tingles, and, bear with me now, I feel empty. It's hard to describe, but my vagina physically feels empty, like it needs to be filled with something. That is really interesting to hear, because it is the exact opposite of what I feel as a man. I kind of just feel like I need to put that thing somewhere. It really tells you how perfect human sexual biology really is. You know that feeling you get in your chest when you drink something warm on a cold day? I feel like that, but in my pelvis. This is pretty damn accurate too. Breaking news. Man with neck beard pours hot coffee in woman's lap and says, I was trying to make her feel horny. Am I the only chick here who doesn't like the itch analogy? That sounds gross. To me, it's more like the satchy, throbbing desire for pressure on the outside parts, and the feeling of needing something in me to grip on. Damn it, now I'm horny. Yeah, I don't get the itch, but need to be filled. And suddenly my mind is filled with fantasies about the guy I'm horny for. Guys, that first insertion and the girl makes an OMG face. That isn't fake. That is for real OMG, yes, finally I'm being filled face. Yes. First insertion is amazing. Damn it, I really wish my BF would show up right about now. I saw this thread and thought I was born for this, because I have the biggest sex drive of anyone I know, but then I realized I didn't have anything interesting to say that hadn't already been said. Clit gets bigger, feels more sensitive, and warmth from the rush of blood. Sometimes I can feel my pulse through my vagina, which is cool. I also wanna take this time to debunk the myth that girls are never as horny as guys, or whatever they are. I'm a huge pervert. I would spend entire days in school and church, when my parents forced me to go, thinking about sex non-stop. Whenever I could really. In the car, trying to find ways to subtly get off. School bathrooms. It was really bad. I've come 20 plus times in one sitting before. Much more controllable since puberty, but still worse than anyone I know. Not sure why, but I really wanna get this through to people. I never understood the girls don't think about sex myth. I mean, when I was in high school, everyone was fucking, regardless of gender, lol. So I start off just getting a little bit flushed. I feel mildly hotter all over my body and I start to get really aware of how soft my skin feels. A mild touch of my hand on my thigh might send me shivering. I often rub my thighs together if I'm in public to alleviate the need to move, but it pretty much ends up with me getting hotter. I can feel myself start to throb, and my breathing starts to fluctuate. Then the thoughts start coming. Every hot situation you've been in, all the guys you thought were cute, and all the fantasies you've been having lately. I often find myself thinking about a fantasy, and have to abruptly stop, or I'll get really frantic with the need to have sex. Something that always happens is the need to be filled. I can't describe it, but I just feel empty, and want something in me, sliding. Even if you take care of yourself, you can still feel the echoing throb, the clenching of your muscles wanting to pull something inside of you. Yeah, also you get really wet. Perfect explanation of the non-genital effects of horniness. If I even touch my legs or anything, I can feel it so clearly, and I start thinking of hot guys. 99% of the time it's my husband, touching me and taking my clothes off. It's probably not the best idea to read the comments while I'm at work. Feeling a bit HMM. Oh well, just f it. It's sort of like a craving to be touched that increases the more aroused I am. It spreads through my vulva with a flushing feeling that builds up. There's a tingly sensation as well as a lot of warmth, and I start getting wet. As it all increases, I just get this really tingly and warm feel that makes me have such a strong desire to be touched. Edit. I cannot believe how many go on replies there are. My god, you guys are ridiculous, lol. Alright, I'll go on. So following up to that, when I'm like just really aroused, there's this tingly, yes, there's a lot of tingles, butterflies in stomach kind of feeling, which basically like pulses throughout my body and into my pussy, and it just is a really intense and kind of different response. It's hard to explain, and I'm not sure if it's like this for others, but it gets really strong. It also makes me feel really dirty, though not in a bad way. on my clitoris, and in my vagina, is just like this, constantly racing, and very moist sexual warmth, and my legs pretty much spread involuntarily, and I get squirmy at this point. There often also comes this strong desire to be filled by something. Even on the topic of wetness, it's pretty easy to notice, and everything becomes so much more sensitive. Not just sexual parts, though they definitely do too. I get a real excited feel in my head, but it's also really relaxed at the same time. I just kind of go into a trance lol. My breathing normally speeds up, and mentally I just shift into this more sex-centered zone, where I feel this need to be stimulated so very much, or if with a partner, then things like kiss them, and any other lustful acts. Edit 2. Thanks for the golden replies. I think. Try to find the end. It's an insane challenge. Tingly and wet. When you want to touch yourself, but can't because you're in class, is the worst. Rubbing your thighs together just give you a tiny pleasurable sensation. It's kinda like, hey, I kinda wanna have sex. Then after a while it's like, yeah, a penis around here would be pretty great. Then a while later it's like, that dude probably fucks really good. I want to fuck him. Then finally, for the love of all that is holy, I want to fuck anyone. Super accurate. I don't really get any physical feeling of horniness though, unless I actually get in physical contact with someone. It's just a growing inability to think of anything other than cock. You know that feeling, like you're going over a hill and you get that swoosh feeling in your stomach? It's like that, but in my pants. 5 hours from now, guys of Reddit, what's it like to have a boner? It's pretty cool. Edit. Wow, never thought my first gold would come from a dick joke. But thank you, kind stranger. It's like the dick gets bigger, so yeah. Can confirm. Every guy on this thread now can confirm. Sometimes I have so many other symptoms going on that I don't even realize it's horniness. I get very antsy. I just want to go on an adventure. I want to eat good food, drive fast, do something exciting. Then when I finally have sex, I'm like, oh, that's all I needed, and I can finally relax. Well, seeing as I'm currently experiencing it now, I'll try to explain. I'm sure every girl is different though. It starts as a really warm tingle across my entire pelvis. Everything becomes hypersensitive. Any touch across the back of my neck or stomach will make me groan and shiver. I want to be touched, caressed, spanked, and licked all over my body. The hornier I get, the more the tingle changes into an ache. I want something in me, and I want it now. By this stage, I'm just soaked. I love to be teased. Tease me and I'll absolutely beg to get fucked. It's the most frustrating, arousing, hot feeling ever. And the moment when he first slides inside you with no resistance, because you're just so wet. MMMH. I just sit down to catch up on Reddit, and now you're getting me hard. Mostly because in that sense I love the teasing part. Going to be a nightmare to get to sleep now. Looks like I came too early yet again. Happens to lots of guys. It's okay, honey. You know what? It is okay. If he sticks around to help me finish or goes again for round 2, the fuck do I care if he finishes early? A lot of people are describing it as a tingling or warm feeling, but I tend to experience it as almost like the feeling of having an itch, but instead of needing to be scratched, you want pressure. I also find that if I read/see something erotic, I feel a pulse/throb. This is a better description for me too. It almost hurts, actually. Almost. It hurts so good. So similar to when guys get a really big erection. They can hurt sometimes. It sucks because you can use toys or items to help it a little, but usually, at least in my case, it's a constant want to just get fucked. It's like something just clicks when you're near someone attractive and all you can think about is them naked on top of you thrusting. Graphic, I know, but it's difficult to handle. Like being on a diet and eating a plate of Vegas to fill you up. Yes, my stomach is now full, but I'm only going to be hungry in an hour and I really just want a fucking dick. I mean burger. Okay, it's like this. You're a little hungry, and there's this burger joint right down the street. Not a shitty McDonald's or something. This high-end classy burger joint where everything tastes like heaven. You're not hungry, just enough to notice it. But when you do, you start thinking about that burger place, and it make you hungrier, and you start to feel that emptiness in your belly, and you're like, man, I could go for a burger. So either A, you go get your burger, and it feels so juicy and good, and you feel full and happy afterwards, and you get all fat and lazy, or B, you ignore it / eat something else and it's okay, but it's not nearly as satisfying. Mostly, for me, anyway, horny is about scratching that itch, and getting that fullness and satisfaction and all the happy hormones. Turned on is a whole different thing altogether, and requires intimacy or mental stimulation. Great, now I need to go fuck a cheeseburger. Thank you for watching. Please leave a like on this video, and subscribe to the channel for more edit videos. Click on the bell to get notified when we post more new content.